is what I'm telling you.
You kind of do, don't you? Hello.
I need to take it to I need to take it to Geek Squad because I have the thing from what you call it.
Nah, you got to start from scratch on that one. All right, that's up. Let me go to ESPN. Boy, bowl season was crazy.
Yeah. Congratulations to the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. You did the impossible.
What'd they do?
They won the FCS championship today against North Dakota State.
Oh my God, we got to talk about that.
They blew them boys out too.
I'd love to see it.
All right, well, we can start whenever you get ready.
I got the countdown going.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone right now. I don't see it just yet. I really wanted the Rams to beat the Seahawks. So if the Lions beat the Packers, then the Packers would be out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's fuck Aaron Rodgers until it's upside down. I don't exactly know what that means. But
all I know is I'm big sad after the game.
I am too. But like, if we were going to play that way, and the Eagles were going to beat the Giants, and the 49ers were going to beat the Cardinals, why did we not just rest our starters?
Yeah,
like
seriously.
If we were going to lose, rest your starters.
It felt like we had to remember how to play football the whole time. That's probably why.
I haven't gotten I don't see the live stream on there yet.
Let me see. Oh yeah, why isn't it there? That's weird.
Isn't it wild that in our fantasy league, 2 years in a row, that although he is a very good friend of ours, he doesn't really follow sports. He is now back-to-back undisputed champion of kicking our asses at fantasy football.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, why isn't it there?
No clue.
What is going on? It says we're live. Oh, I know why. Haha. I'm so dumb.
Are we just streaming into the ether?
We were. Hang on. Edit. Here we go. Let's look at public. I don't know why I put it as unlisted, but there we go.
That'd probably work.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Here we go. Donkey.
Yeah. The dogs and the frogs.
The dogs and the frogs. I tried to pop off on the thumbnail, but it's all right. It's just not quite what I wanted it to be. It's fine.
Our thumbnails have been really good this year, though.
I felt that way.
Through some of that stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this one's fine, bro. I like this."
Yeah, it's felt okay.
Oh, now all my notifications are coming through.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, computer.
What a football is it? What's that, Trey? I was just talking to you, Captain.
Isn't Trey like physically near you right now?
Yeah, we were going to meet up yesterday, but it didn't work out. Instead, me and Callie went and got frozen yogurt. That was Patricia.
I haven't had frozen yogurt in 5 ever.
5 ever?
Yeah, because 5 is more than 4.
I suppose you're right. If that's the case, I got a 5 head.
I do too.
Gotta have space for that big brain. Oh, yeah, I messed that up. Hang on, here we go. Starting soon. There we go. I botched the start of the show. There we go. Welcome to another episode of the Sad Boys podcast.
It is Daryl.
Yo.
There is going to come a time in my life where the Dallas Cowboys are just they're gonna go out and they're gonna go 20-0. They're gonna win every game comfortably by about 35 points, and they're gonna win the Super Bowl. And they're gonna do that like 4 years in a row, and then I can die happy.
Callie came over earlier, and we were just sitting around, and she walks over and she saw the score, and she goes, "Oh my God!" And she goes, "I think the Cowboys are just cursed." I was like, "Yeah,
yes, we are. We are." Somebody put a
bro, it genuinely feels that way, but it is what it is. Welcome everyone to the last episode of the season. It's been fun, but here we are at the cusp of another year in the books. Spencer has
I have significantly less hair than I did the last time you all saw me.
I was telling Spencer, I'm going to put this here because it makes you look smarter. I was telling Spencer before the show, with that haircut, what you need to do, what would really bring it home, is to get rid of the beard and just leave your gigantic, thick mustache. Because most people have mustaches and like it doesn't really look good, but you actually have like a lot of mustache. Like you can make the mustache work. So I think you should get rid of everything but the mustache.
No, I like the beard. I am going to go get my beard trimmed eventually, though, because there's this weird thing where, like, in the middle, it's, like, kind of thin, but the outsides are thick.
Yeah, it's got a gradient.
I'm going to go get it trimmed. I have had my mustache trimmed a few times, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have. I tried mustache wax for a while, but I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
I bought some beard stuff today from the farmer's market that smells like mahogany and sandalwood, and it's...
I shaved really today just to keep myself from looking embarrassing because I can't grow anything. Brian, how you doing, my friend? Greetings, travelers, weekend warriors. We're doing all right. We're hanging in there. The
weekend's almost over, Chief.
It is, but we're still fighting nonetheless. Hey, man, bowl season was kind of fun.
Yes, it was. Congratulations to South Dakota State Jackrabbits,
which is
FCS champions. They won earlier today against their hated rivals, the North Dakota State University Bison.
Which is a big deal.
Because if North Dakota State would have won, that would have been 10 of the last 12 that they had won.
No, it's good to stop the bleeding like that. Yeah, North Dakota State, dominant every year, is the Bison.
I still love North Dakota State. That's my favorite FCS team.
I agree.
But yeah, congrats to the Jackrabbits. Also, I have a question. So, this it's still about football, but it's about the NFL. So,
we're going to be an NFL podcast next year. Go ahead.
Your wife has decided that she's a Bills fan. Is there any particular reason why she didn't want to be a Cowboys fan with you?
I think she just saw my misery and was like, well, and I
it's
think,
not for weak wills.
And I think she also was like, she kind of halfway reached the Cowboys, but it's never really been her thing. So she picked the Bills because she's liked the Bills for a while, and she's liked Miami for a while, and she was kind of like torn on it. And then this year, she just. And also, she's like a big Stephon Diggs fan. That's like our favorite player. And so she was kind of like, I don't know. She was a little torn on it. And then at some point in the middle of the year, she was like, you know what? It's the Bills. It's the Bills for me because they're in New York and I want to go to New York. And so, yeah, that's how it happened.
Feel that.
But I'm happy for her because, God help, I would not want her to suffer
through
this.
You know what winning feels like.
Yeah, I don't want her to have to suffer through this. So. Trey says, Trey said, I'll give you a $10 gift card to Chick-fil-A if you cut it off.
No, sir.
It doesn't do it. It needs some maintenance, bro. It's kind of flaring out too much. You gotta like kind of make it a little bit. You know, it's gotta be.
I've never done anything with it. Like I feel like once this is trimmed up and it's just like this part. And like this part right here, and this part gets trimmed on the bottom, it'll be alright. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Because like your top half looks good now because like it has purpose, it has direction, it has intent. But this is what needs a little bit of help. This is like kind of like the jungle down here, and we gotta reel that shit in.
Been 3 years and I've never trimmed it.
That's insane to me. Let's take a look at the results of the bowl season because we had a lot of fun with it. There were some incredible games.
These were two of the best playoff games.
Yes, I mean, so much fun. So much fun. Ohio State had the lead the entire game, and Georgia comes back out. That was unbelievable. And then TCU, Max Duggan just put that entire program on his back and carried him.
Expect TCU to beat Michigan. I genuinely did not.
That was one of your picks, though. You picked TCU, and they did pull it out.
I did, but I didn't expect.
But yeah, no, Spencer, your picks are really good, man. So you went 20-7 for bowl season. So you 74% win percentage. I was 18-9. Ducks with the dork extra point.
1 point behind you.
It's crazy too, because what happened was, let me pull up the actual report. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up the actual statistics so I can show you what happened. So, hang on, I'll show everybody. I know you guys are still looking at the graphic, but there were so many like come from behind. Like, I don't know if you saw the Kansas-Arkansas game. Kansas ended up losing.
That game was nuts.
Kansas came back from like a 22-point deficit in the fourth quarter and tied it up with a 2-point conversion. This shit was crazy.
And then Jason Bean fucked it on the last play in overtime.
KJ Jefferson was really trying to get on his Matt Ryan status, but then he actually closed the game out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of good games, bro.
So here's the crazy thing. So here's what happened, right? So I picked the Gators to beat the Beavers, which was foolish, but they've won games they shouldn't have won all year. I thought they were going to do it again. So, but they were more than a touchdown underdogs, so I lost 2 points on that. And then you took TCU, who was over a touchdown underdog, and they won. So you actually got a bonus point, and I lost an extra point. And you had the better record. So like you literally closed the gap, but just didn't quite have enough. But
yeah,
but Oregon got that W.
I'm crazy. They did.
What surprised you the most of everything you saw, other than TCU?
Also Tulane.
Mm-hmm. Tulane. Oh my God!
I wish I would have picked them, bro. I wish I would have.
It was such an awkward. Like final touchdown that Tulane scored, because initially it was called incomplete, so like there was no cheers or anything. It just kind of like he caught it allegedly hit the ground, and then that was kind of that. And then all of a sudden they came back and reviewed it and said no, he did catch it, and then it was all good to go. And then the crowd went nuts. But it was such a weird thing because no one thought he caught it, and then he did. It was so much fun, such a good time. Hope you're not frozen. I've been buying time for you. Oh, Lord, he's frozen. There's Spencer's frozen face. On the bright side, we got a jam. I feel like Spencer's iPad died, maybe? Let me text him. Oh, he does look... He actually does look shook, doesn't he? Look at this man. The most shook. I'm just going to make the same face until he comes back. I just unlocked him. Hey, what's up, Matt? He's over there just like, Daryl, you frozen, Chief. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the most unprofessional podcast of all time. We only had this happen a handful of times this year. I feel like this is actually not bad. Wi-Fi went on. Okay, that might be your show, everybody. We're gonna see. Give Spencer a second here, but yeah, that might be it. Unless we can get his voice. Oh, maybe. There he is.
We back.
We back.
All right. Let's see.
Well,
there we go.
Before
my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But luckily, my iPad has service on it, like phone service, so we should be good.
Perfect. But yeah, man.
Slow, but it should be fine.
But did you hear anything I said about that Tulane touchdown?
Oh yeah, I heard it. I heard all of it.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was cool. And apparently, Caleb Williams, who, for those of you in chat don't know who that is a quarterback for Oklahoma who lost that game, and they were a big time favorite. They were supposed to basically walk all over Tulane. Caleb Williams, a Heisman winner. for USC. Didn't show up for his post-game conference. He just like totally dipped, and everyone was all offended by it. And I was like,
good for him, bro.
Yeah, like I don't blame him. Like I wouldn't want to be seen either after that, because he did his damn job. I think he threw for like 4 touchdowns and 350 yards. I mean, he had a great game.
Our boy Matt is in here too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Our boy, we've recently become friends with a gentleman named Matt, and he's also a Cowboys fan, so he knows the pain.
It hurts.
Yeah,
down deep in my soul.
But yeah, Raw Wave. I was excited for Tulane, man.
Yeah, it's cool. And honestly, man,
Michael Pratt, that whole damn program is back, really.
Yes. It's exciting because it makes you feel like the expanded playoff things could happen. Like to see TCU win and actually make it to the Natty and take down Michigan, and to see Tulane upset USC, and to see some of the conference realignment. Like, it just makes you go, man, whenever we get this expanded playoff, it truly does feel like anything can happen.
It does. Like, is our Wi-Fi back?
You're good. We can see you just fine. Just stay there.
Yeah, just so I can. Yeah, I'm going to just so I can pull it up on my computer, so I can have my phone in case I need to look up anything. But no, like the one thing I have, obviously we've wanted an expanded playoff for years, but the one thing I have a little bit of reservations about is like now having an expanded playoff guarantees that Alabama is in the playoff every year. Yeah, basically.
Right? Yeah, pretty much.
Because they're going to be good. They're going to be good enough to be in the playoff every year. Like, you're not kicking Alabama out of the top 12
that is
unless
true.
they just suck.
That is true.
Like, so, like, teams that a lot of people don't really like that much, Alabama, Ohio State, they're probably Clemson, they're probably going to be in the playoff.
A couple of teams are just going to be locks.
Yeah, but also, Tulane's, your Boise States, your Fresno States, if they're good, teams like that, your Air Forces, if Air Force has a year where they're really good, or if Army or Navy are ranked, sometimes they're ranked.
Like, Notre Dame will always have a good shot. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see.
Notre Dame might be a lot, too.
Yeah.
Did you see Sam Martin from Wake Forest transferring to Notre Dame?
I did, and he's going to be a good fit there. He's actually going to look out for Notre Dame next year.
He seems like a Notre Dame.
He does, and he can sling it. I mean, I was so impressed with watching that guy against Clemson earlier this year. He's had some really good games. Brian says the Ducks will probably go every other year. So, yeah, the Ducks are always going to be on the cusp, I mean, especially considering the program that they have. It's going to be fun, man. I'm excited for it. And like I say, I mean, to your point, it's probably going to be the same handful of teams each year, but it does at least provide the opportunity for a Tulane to get in, for a UCF to get in, for an SEC.
Western Michigan, the year they went undefeated.
Right, exactly. So it's going to be fun. It does allow your 2-loss Bamas to get in, your 2-loss Georgias, your 2-loss Clemsons, but that's just how it's going to be.
Here's what I think it really should be. It really should be all 10 conference champions based on win-loss record, and then based off like win-loss record and strength of schedule, because we're never getting rid of strength of schedule, although I wish we really would. And then 2 at-large bids, like 2 runner-ups in the conference championship. Like if the Big Ten conference championship is like Ohio State, Michigan, and the loser only had 1 loss. Or like, let's say one of them beat, like, because the Big Ten's getting rid of divisions. So let's say Ohio State play, Ohio State wins, and then they go to the Big Ten championship, but then Michigan wins the Big Ten championship. Like, maybe the loser of the conference championship game should get in, and then
Brian says 2-loss Georgia. Yeah, maybe in a decade. I don't know, man. The East looked different this year. The East looked very different this year, especially with Tennessee and South Carolina was winning games you didn't think they were going to win. The East was
Tennessee has made plan.
Yeah.
Like, I like Tennessee now, bro. Like, just watching them play all year, how good they were, and seeing that fan base be excited. And then all the songs that came out about Tennessee football this year. We had Orange and White by our guy that we like, and then we have Tennessee. There's a song by Tennessee fan came out. And then there's another song by a female country singer. It's called Tennessee Orange. And she put that one. So it's like 3 huge songs about Tennessee football.
Just keep Drake away from them. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You don't want the Drake curse.
That's why Alabama lost this year. But it scares it scares me to death about the Drake curse, because Drake is like my favorite rapper, and he loves the city of Houston. Mm-hmm. Drake, I swear to God, if I ever see you in Astros gear,
hell yeah,
we're gonna have one.
Oh, I love that song, Brian. Tennessee, ooh, that's a good song. The Tennessee Whiskey.
It's
a wonderful song. Yeah, man. And I was also going to ask you, because this came to mind. It's not really immediately relevant, but who do you think? Because it's not coming out this year. It's actually going to be next year now, so it's not as immediately relevant. But I was going to ask you, who do you think is going to be on the cover of NCAA?
I think they said that. Did they? I remember reading something. They're not going to put anybody on the first cover.
Maybe not. I still stand by my idea that they should take and make it a montage of the best players from the past like 7 years that have missed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it'll be
Arch Manning. That's actually a solid guess. That's actually a solid guess, considering where we're going to be next year, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he can help y'all. Maybe he can help Texas actually beat Washington.
Yeah. Hey, I got one right. I said Washington would win.
Yeah, we both did.
When I was at the barber getting my hair cut yesterday, the owner of the barber shop, he's a big Cowboys fan. He's also a big UT fan.
Yeah.
And he was complaining that he wants to Washington.
It is a shame in a lot of ways, considering how high the hopes were, considering how they almost beat Bama early in the year. But yeah, it's.
They really should have.
A lot of teams should have beat Bama this year. Ironically, one of those teams, not K-State, they got the absolute dog pounded out of them. I mean.
Oh, yeah. You get an angry, not in the playoff Bama in the bowl game.
And Trevor Knight is not on the other team. It's over.
Yeah, like, I am excited about the future of LSU.
They really turned it around.
First year, we beat Bama in the best. We got pantsed in the SEC championship, but we knew that was going to happen.
They also got pantsed in the week before the SEC championship in College Station. I can't believe that happened.
I can't believe that shit happened. Yeah. So, like, couple things go right. There's a couple of those games that we lost. Like, we lost to Tennessee. Tennessee beat the dog shit out of us. And then, but there was a couple other games that we lost that we probably could have won, right? And then A&M beat the dog shit out of us. So, we were losing to Tennessee and A&M regardless. But we beat Bama and win the West in Brian Kelly's first year. And then we just waxed Purdue in the Citrus Bowl. So, it was 63-7. That's the largest bowl margin. Ties the largest bowl margin in the history. So,
yeah.
Hey, it's me, Brian Kelly.
Oh, yeah. You got to add the fake Southern accent, though. He's kind of cooled off on that. Well, hey, man, I want to ask you about the Natty. Let's pick one more heckin' ball game this year. What do you say?
See, I mean, you look at this game and it's like Georgia, right? Like that should be your pick, but
let's look at the last.
TCU beat Michigan and
and Michigan beat Ohio State, and Ohio State probably should have beaten Georgia, had the lead for quite a bit of that game and just couldn't close.
And he shanked that field goal, so so it's like, what's going to happen? I like Max Duggan, man. This kid eats nails for breakfast.
Oh yeah,
This kid owns the salty platoon, man. This.
He does. But it's going to be a fun game tomorrow night. The Horned Frogs are a 12.5 point underdog in this one. And
damn.
It does make you. I'm kind of scratching my head. I think it's going to be closer than people think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be closer too.
I mean,
so you got to make one more. So I have a chance to beat you if.
Yes, this is
goes
yeah.
Right.
If we pick different, and you were right and I am wrong, then yeah, you would pick up the win. because I'd lose a
Brian
point.
says,
You gain a point.
you're down one. Whenever Daryl picks, you got to pick the opposite to hope for a tie.
Yeah. Well, unless I pick, the way it would work is that because TCU is a two score underdog, so if they win,
If you pick TCU.
If I pick TCU, then you would have to pick Georgia.
Win.
But then I lost, then I would lose 2 points. So then you would win.
Yeah.
If I pick Georgia, but TCU
and
wins,
I pick Georgia.
If I pick Georgia and you pick TCU and TCU wins, then you go up 2 points and I lose a point. So it's literally like whoever wins wins.
Yeah.
But you picked TCU last week, and they came through. I really thought the Wolverines had it. I mean, I really did.
I did.
I was convinced. And think about the fact that we almost didn't get that. TCU lost that last game to Kansas State. It was close. It was overtime. I realized how but the fact is they lost.
They should have won that game.
I'm honestly still shocked that they made it in, but boy, I'm glad they did because here we are, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I'm glad they didn't punish TCU for losing their conference championship and then reward. Yeah, they still reward Ohio State for not, but as long as they don't reward Bama for not playing in one, I'm good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, shout out, TCU first team from Texas to make the college football playoff national championship.
That's a bet that if you had made a couple years back, no one would have believed you. You could have made a lot of money on. You know what I mean? Like no one could have seen that coming. It would have been, oh, it's going to be A&M. Oh, it's going to be Texas, and that kind of was it.
I mean, a few years ago, you looked and, like. The realistic chance was A&M, right? Like, that would have been the safest bet to make. Mm-hmm. But you'd have been wrong.
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, man.
Also, speaking, one more thing before we pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we'll pick and then we'll get to it. Speaking of betting on games, I cannot think of another way for a team to win a game than the way Mississippi State beat Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Tell the story on this one.
Oh, it was 10-10 with like 6 seconds left. Mm-hmm. Mississippi State kicks a field goal and goes up 13-10.
Hey, scooch over. There you go. Go ahead. Continue.
Goes up 13-10 with 4 seconds on the clock. Right? They kick it back to Illinois, touchback. Illinois comes out. And Illinois is going to try some like laterals, some pitchy woo woo type stuff.
pitchy woo woo.
And they do it, and then one of the laterals goes backwards, and the guy just couldn't get to it. It bounces off the ground right into the arms of the Mississippi State player, and he runs it for a touchdown. Thank you, Rojas. Appreciate you.
27 yards for the lead.
So here's the thing. That was bad for some people because the line on that game, one of the lines on that game was Illinois was a 3.5 point. No. Illinois was a 3.5 point underdog.
Yeah. So all they had to do was to not cover.
Do that.
Yeah. Literally just no more points had to be scored, but the last play of the game, they did this silly lateral, and that's what happened. Yeah. Oops, that's mine. We're going to go score. So somebody's bet got ruined improbably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Brian says, "Pitsy Pitsy Woo Woo" sounds like an anime I'd get recommended constly and never watch.
It does. It does. No, you have to watch.
Yeah, so
it's so good.
If you had Illinois plus 3.5, you were the right side literally all day, and then you aren't.
Sports betting is crazy like that.
It is. I saw a freaking earlier today. Was it the what was it? The Dolphins and the Jets. The final score was like that. And the final score was 11-6, but there was a lateral for a safety on the last play of the game.
Yes, ridiculous. Somebody lost some money on that, I'm sure, or gained a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Also, I love it when NFL players they're like, I don't give a damn about your parlay. I don't give a damn about your fantasy. I'm out here playing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out here playing to make a paycheck. And also the people who are rude to players on fantasy football, stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Also, I can't believe we haven't mentioned this before now. Thoughts and feelings for DeMar Hamlin.
Yes.
Bill said he's good now. He's awake. He's
Watched the game. They had 2 kick returns. That was insane.
for touchdowns.
Both
I
of
know they
them.
ran the opening one.
2 of
Damn.
them. One in the first half, one in the second half. It was insane. Imagine in the year.
I would not want to play the Bills right now, bro.
It's the Bills' year. They're going all the way. I just feel that way.
Watch it be Bills Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and the Bills finally beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
I would take it. I would take it totally. I'd be fine with that.
No, I don't want to lose the Super Bowl. Cowboys are going to go to. I say it all the time. I would rather lose round 1 than lose the Super Bowl.
No, hell no.
Because I don't know what that feels like.
I would rather go and be in the conversation and be relevant. I'm tired of being one and done. I've seen
Cowboys
that.
are relevant. Well, I'm tired of being one and done too, but I know what that feels like.
Yeah,
I don't know what losing the Super Bowl feels like.
Well, I want to know. Brian says, I know what losing the World Series feels like, and I know what winning it feels like. Brian says the first thing he said when he woke up apparently was who won the game. Yeah, that was the first question. Was like, who won? And they were like, yeah, you won, Chief.
How do you tell him? Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Canceled it.
They were so.
And then he was talking to.
Everyone was so distraught
Miles
that they
Sanders.
canceled the game.
They were talking to Miles Sanders, who plays for the Eagles running back. And he's been good friends with DeMar Hamlin for a long time. He was like, Miles Sanders, he goes, "You're the most famous person in the world right now." And DeMar was like, "Yeah, but not for the right reasons."
Yeah, right. Can't even enjoy it. Yeah, but glad he's doing better.
You think he'll ever play football again?
Who knows, man? I certainly just want him to have a normal life and be healthy. I don't. If he doesn't come back and play, then that's fine. But he'll always be remembered at this
Also,
point.
The NFL and the NFLPA, there was a clause in his contract that said if he went on IR, he wasn't going to get all of his contract. They negotiated, even though he's on IR, they negotiated he's going to get paid his entire contract.
Good. That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that earlier today.
Well, my boy, we got one last game to pick here, and I wants to know who you thinks is going to win.
Yeah, it's Georgia.
If my life depends on it, I'm picking Georgia, but I kind of want to go TCU just because it feels like
I think it's
chaos.
going to be a very good, very close game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the game's going to be closer than that 12-point line, but I think Georgia wins. Georgia's been here; they know what a natty feels like.
Give me a score. Give me a score.
27-24.
Oh wow, that close. Okay, interesting.
I think it's that close.
That low scoring is actually what I meant to say.
Also, SoFi Stadium is not allowing tailgating for this game, which is like
Okay.
dumb.
Yeah. What the hell?
Unless it's the Rose Bowl, stop playing college football in LA. Stop playing bowl games there.
Kind of feels that way, right? Hey, man.
Also, I'm of the opinion that the Rose Bowl should be the natty every year. Like, I want to see teams win their playoff game and close their mouths because that's where they want to be.
Oh yeah,
You know
I can
what I
sit
mean?
down with that.
Like you can keep all your other bowl games, keep all the other bowl games, but the Rose Bowl every year, national championship.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I like the Rose Bowl. It's a lot of fun to watch. But I'm actually going to go with TCU. I'm going to roll with it. I think I don't want to say fate, but they just feel like the team that. They feel like the little team that could. It feels like Georgia has the stat sheet that explains why they're the better team, and TCU's like, that won't work on me. I can't read. So like it just feels like very much so that they have something special this year. So I'm going to take TCU. I might eat those words, but yeah, this is it. If it comes, we're this close in points. So if Georgia wins, you got the points.
Georgia wins.
And if TCU wins, I get the points, and then that'll be that. But yeah, give me the Horned Frogs. It should be a close one. Should be a fun one. I think it's going to be a lot of fireworks. I think it's going to look very similar to the first 2 rounds of the playoff. I think you're going to see take the over in this game. I feel. What is the over? I think it's probably over under 63. No, take the over. Take the over. I would say take the over in this. I got a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
TCU, Brian says TCU is my least favorite playoff team, so it almost guarantees they win. Brian says it's going to be a Disney movie with a scrappy underdogs win. Yeah, you're probably right. But no, like
it's going to be the 2007 Fiesta Bowl.
It's going to have that feel if TCU wins this game.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple questions regarding this season. One, who was if you had to pick like one or two teams, was like your team of the year that like you rooted for, and what was your favorite one or two regular season games that you watched?
I think Tennessee and Bama was just like insanely good.
That was probably the best game of the year.
That was probably the game of the year in my opinion. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It came down to the wire. It was intense. Yeah, that was a very, very good one. Honestly, the TCU and Baylor game was pretty intense as well. That had a lot of back and forth to it. Nothing A&M did this year impressed me, Brian. So no. As far as
LSU Bama was really good too.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, I think Tennessee Bama was probably my number one game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think my second one has to be UT and Bama. Because
it was close.
I got to go to game day, I got to go to big noon kickoff, and like just the atmosphere around that game. Like that game felt huge, right?
That game felt like 2010.
Yeah, like, and because of how close that game was, I guess the atmosphere around that game was just solid.
No, I agree. No, that was a lot of fun.
I kind of want UT to keep being good, so game day keeps coming to Austin, so I can keep going to game day.
Yeah, for
sure.
I
mean, they might not be playing LSU, but I'm gonna keep the LSU gear every time.
Right.
Hopefully, I get on TV again.
Hell yeah! No, I agree. That was what I liked about that game is it genuinely like. It was like a time machine. Brought me back to 2010 whenever they were playing like Colt McCoy and all that. Like it was very that vibe. It was fun. It was a fun game to watch. It was close, obviously, and it came down to the wire. People still thought there was that holding call that didn't get caught. It is what it is. But
also that call against the crazy pass that Bryce Young threw in the end zone when he was down, or safety, and that was
K-State and Oklahoma was a good one.
And
then
that was another good game.
I really enjoyed the Clemson. Actually, this might be my second favorite game. It was the Clemson and Wake Forest game was a lot of fun. When Sam Hartman and
Brian says, I don't know that Michigan game was exciting. The game was wild. 96 over under. Yeah. That was good too.
It was crazy. We were just talking about regular season. That was an insane game.
Yeah, regular season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, the best game was probably the Michigan TU or Tulane USC.
One thing I thought was fun
Arkansas
from the game.
Kansas.
Yeah, that was insane. My little team that could this year was Kansas. I was really pulling for them, and they had some pretty fun moments. I'll also say that it was really funny how big people were on Syracuse for a hot little minute there. I mean, Syracuse is going places for
6-0. Syracuse and Kansas both started 6-0 and then did not win another game.
Yeah.
And I was correct about Kansas on that. Because, Jalen Daniels got injured and you looked at that schedule and I was like, Kansas might not win another game. And they did.
And we knew at some point, like, the magic was going to be broken, but it was nice to see them. And honestly, that's kind of what their bowl game felt like. It was like they had magic for so much of that game, but just couldn't close. But I forget the name of the head coach, but he's got that program going the right direction. So I think Kansas will be back next year. They'll be fine.
Kansas will be all right. It's crazy to think about. You know what's nuts? Jamar Chase was committed to go to Kansas and then changed his mind and went to LSU.
That is kind of insane.
Where would he be if he didn't make that decision?
Boy, that
you got to be on like the best college football team ever and win a national championship, and now you're back with your college quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
probably. You're probably like top 3 wide receivers in the NFL.
And potentially going to the Super Bowl this year. It's just insane.
Oh, I think it's going to be. Since we're wrapping up. Playoff races are decided. What's your prediction for the Super Bowl?
The Bills and somebody. I don't know. I think the Bills will go all the way. I don't know who's going to be in the NFC side.
I think it's going to be. I'll tell you what the championship games are going to be. It's going to be Chiefs Bills again, and then depending on how the seasons play out, the Chiefs and the Bills are going to play each other at some point,
right?
But the AFC Championship will probably be Chiefs Bills again, and then Brian says bolt up. Yeah, his Chargers.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It was close there for a hot little minute. I wasn't sure they were going to do it.
Yeah, and I think the NFC is going to be like,
honestly,
the 49ers.
The 49ers look really hot right now. I don't know how you're stopping them. The Eagles, honestly, I don't think Jalen Hurts is coming back the same.
They're going to be one and done.
I don't know if they'll be one. I don't know if they'll be one and done.
In my heart for all Philly sports.
If the Packers make the playoffs, they'll lose to the Packers. It's just somehow stupidly like that'll happen that way.
What if the Cowboys buck up? It's Cowboys 49ers in the title game. If it can even happen that way.
I'd be so stressed out. Yeah, I'd be so stressed out. We'll find
Honestly,
out.
I think I'd rather play them. As good as the 49ers are, I think I'd rather play them again than I would play Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. But we have
to play Tom Brady. But honestly, Carolina beat them today, so my only fear is that we're going to be in Tampa Bay and we had no offense today.
You mean Atlanta beat them today?
Yeah. No. Yeah,
Carolina beat New Orleans.
Carolina beat New Orleans. Anyone with the Chiefs or Packers,
anybody
please?
With the Chiefs or the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got, Chiefs got baby goat over there, so I don't. Patrick Mahomes is just unbelievable. Like, I think Chiefs Bills. If the bracket worked, that would be Bills championship, and then be probably 49ers, and we'll see how the rest of the bracket shakes out. But
yeah. Well,
I have like. Say I don't have any confidence in the Cowboys. I have some that we can beat Tampa Bay, and then if the Lions beat the Packers tonight, they're playing right now. The Seahawks get the 7th seed, I think.
That's insane.
The Seahawks beat the. It was nuts because
they didn't. It didn't look like they were going to.
Yeah, because the Seahawks won, the Lions are out of the playoffs. But the Seahawks now need the Lions to win to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how it shakes out. I think if the Lions win, the Packers are out. Which go Detroit.
Yeah, the Packers have to win to make it in.
So it's a win and in for the Lions. Packers go Lions.
I'm excited to be an NFL podcast next year.
We should do I'm
gonna have some fun thumbnails.
We should be a football podcast. We should be just a football podcast.
I agree. We could do that.
Talk
That's fair.
Games,
that's fair. Yeah, just the big things, the big moments. That'll be fun. We'll do that next year.
We still talk a little bit of baseball.
Yeah, and whatever random bullshit comes up. Brian says, "I've watched Everything Everywhere All at Once." I've been wanting to watch that for the longest time. Everyone says it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Did we freeze? Or are we good?
No, we're fine.
Or did our Wi-Fi cut out again?
Yeah, your Wi-Fi might be gone, but we're good. I can
My
see you.
Yeah. So we have this. Our freaking Wi-Fi router is dumb.
Yeah. Well, folks, there's your season. Year 4 of Hashbrowns and Hashmarks in the books.
4 years. It's crazy.
It's been a pleasure. Maybe we should
hopefully sometime
advertise next year and try to do some more. I don't know.
My wife keeps suggesting that we get business cards and take them to stores and stuff and be like, hey, if you like football, watch this podcast.
Before we do that, we need you to invest in a better router, and then we can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we need to get them over here and fix that thing because we had it for a while and it do what it's doing now. It'd be good for a few days. And then just randomly it'll go off for no reason, and then it'll come right back on.
Yeah,
so they got it, and but now this one doesn't do it as frequently, but it's still been doing it, and sucks. Like, it's very inconvenient, especially when you're trying to live stream and do a podcast.
Yeah.
So,
well, my boy, it's been a fun year. I want to thank everybody, especially Brian, for being here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're excited for next year. We'll probably do, we should do like a draft show whenever the draft comes up. Maybe we'll do a March Madness one. We'll be back. We'll be on and off over the next couple of months. Draft.
Yeah. We got to do more between now and then. I feel like this long break we take always drives me a little nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I got to teach you how to make thumbnails.
I know how to make the other ones.
Well, I got to teach you how to make fire thumbnails.
I like them.
Do what?
I don't think we've ever had bad thumbnails.
Well, no. They've always been good, but I want to teach you how to like really make some good fucking thumbnails. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I gotta buy a new computer.
That is true. That's the next step.
Yeah, buy a new computer and then get a new. I need to get a new setup. I need to get a real camera. Or just get a new computer and find out a way I can use my iPad as my camera. Maybe I just go get like an iPad Pro.
Could do that, yeah.
Because you can do a lot of stuff on the iPad Pro. So
yeah. Well, my friends, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a hell of a year. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed bringing you guys entertainment as we try. And Spencer, my boy, it's been a pleasure. Until this time next year. Damn, I can't believe football season's about to be over. Kinda. We're about to be in the playoffs, but damn. Hell yeah, Brian. Every week, man. Real MVP, thanks, Brian. All right. Y'all be good. Like video, share the video, subscribe, and we will see you down the line. Be good, everybody.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all.